What up, people? It's Nickopz here, and today I'm going to be making a Kameo tier list. With all the changes that the new patch gave, I thought it was time to make a Kameo tier list just so we can talk about the cameos and everything. And also, I feel like this game is in a very good spot right now. I cannot say that enough. I want to make a whole video talking about it, but like I said, I think it just might have to be a stream because Ferra has done so much for this game. It's actually crazy. But let me go ahead and get into this tier list. So, what I do for my tier list is I always go best to worst. I never really understood people that go worst to best because I feel like people want to see what's the best first and then, what's not so good later on down the line. So, let's start off with number one. And number one has not changed. Chameleon. Chameleon is still the best assist in this game easily, like no debate. People are going to start trying to say it's fair, but it's not. This cameo gives you way too many tools, way too much safety, and they just keep giving it slap on the wrist after slap on the wrist. This cameo is ridiculous. You get 50/50s, you get good neutral control, crazy utility, good damage. Like, there's nothing that this assist doesn't do. It literally covers every area of the screen, and it's just too good. It gives you all the utility in the world. And what I did not like about this assist, well, what I don't like about it is it's random. At the end of the day, you when you're playing Chameleon, you're not the character. Chameleon's the character. You're the assist because you have to play around what Chameleon wants to do. Now, she blesses you with amazing tools to do so, but that doesn't change the facts. And most players, well, not most, a lot of players, like myself, don't like that. When I use a cameo, I want it to do what I want it to do. I don't want to have to play around the cameo. And one of the reasons I stopped playing this game so much is because she was just undisputed the best and really didn't have many options to go against her. Now that we have Ferra in the game, we have options now. And even though Ferra is in the game, this is easily still the best assist. It just does too much, and they keep slapping it on the wrist, and that's fine. I'm all an advocate for making things dumb good, really useful. Just don't nerf other things if y'all are just gonna keep giving Chameleon a slap on the wrist. But yeah, Chameleon, still number one assist, easy. Now I'm gonna talk about the number two assist Ferra because this actually makes me mad. We are finally in a meta with assists to where we don't only have to just use one cameo. Almost every character in this game can use Chameleon and Ferra. That is a good thing. To all of the people that are saying nerf Ferra, y'all need to shut the heck up. Because just a month or two ago, everyone was complaining, stop nerfing, stop nerfing, stop nerfing. There's not enough meta cameos. Ferra is good and healthy for the freaking game. If you think Ferra is a problem, then we need more cameos that can deal with Ferra, not nerfing Ferra, or this is just going to be the Chameleon game again. Just like in every meta, there's usually only one cameo you can use. There was the Cyrax, the Loud, the Striker, and the Chameleon meta. Now we finally have two cameos we can use. So please, everyone complaining, shut the heck up. Because this is a good thing. I actually decided to change this to S plus because these two cameos are amazing. And again, that is a good thing. We are finally in a meta to where we can use more than one cameo on almost every character in the game. That is great, and that doesn't need to be changed. This game still has the problem of there aren't enough meta assists, very, very good assists that you could just use on most characters. And that's why I put these two characters at the top, because these two cameos are undisputed, easily the two best in the game, and you can almost use them on anyone. That's a good thing. We need more cameos up here in this S plus, and when they're more balanced, like the other characters, when they're buffed so it's more balanced, then we take the S plus away. But these two are just undisputed. They're too good. They just do so much. Now, Ferra gives you say 50/50s for half a bar that do really good damage, and she also has the up Ferra call that can be called whenever you're in an airborne animation. So whether you're jumping, Whether your wake up is a airborne animation, your grab, your string, anything you do that is airborne, you can press up Ferra and call her in and provide another mind game. This cameo is phenomenal. I want more cameos that are as good as Ferra in the game. Like, Chameleon is cool and all, but the fact that she's random, it just turns a lot of people away, including myself, even though she is a good cameo. Having a consistent good cameo in this game is great. And Ferra has so much in her kit, and she also has the painting game thing to where you can pop it, get armor, and then slam her down to bait wake ups and everything. She's just such a cool assist. And she gives Scorpion a vortex. She gives Sindel a grab combo, which Sindel didn't have before. She gives Garrus a grab combo. She gives Scorpion a grab combo. She gives so many different tools. She has so much utility. She gives Scorpion a vortex now. She gives, like, there's so many things that I could say that she just does for the cast, where I want to make a whole video talking about everything this character can do. But again, like I keep saying, that might have to be a stream because there's just so much that this freaking character does. She cracked Natara. Like, don't get me started on Natara right now. Everything that she has done for the game has been positive because she made so many characters better. And that is a good thing. She made them better without having to be a random assist. So, again, let me stop on Ferra because, again, I can make a whole video just talking about how good Ferra is. Now we have the S tier assists. Now, I feel like these assists are all still really good, but I don't feel like they're good enough to go up here with these two because these two, like I keep saying, are undisputed. Now we have Kung Lao. Speaking of the one assist meta, this is the original, like, most annoying assist in the game, in my opinion. Kung Lao, another assist that did it all, gave you hard to blockables, gave you neutral control, gave you a +2 call in, you know, when he was running the game. This assist was really the biggest menace in the game, and nobody talks about it. Like, people are complaining about the 50-50s, but this character was given consistent hard to blockables with neutral control, with safety, with plus frames. Like, people always keep saying it's Cyrax, but I disagree. I feel like the biggest menace as an assist in this game for all time is easily Kung Lao assist. Now, in Kung Lao's current state, I wouldn't put him right here. I would put him in S. He's still a top tier assist. He's still a good assist, but he's not as good as these two because the nerfs that Kung Lao actually got over time did mean something. The nerfs that Chameleon keeps getting means nothing, but the Lao nerfs actually did something to him over time, and he's still a really good assist. You can't go wrong with him. Most characters in the game can use him and be just fine with the assist, and there's still not that much counterplay to the assist. With the multiple nerfs it's gotten, it's still good. Just a straightforward, really good to use, really good assist. You can't go wrong with it. But in my opinion, like I said, it was the biggest menace in the game. Now at number 4, this is an assist that not a lot of people use, and I don't blame them. But this assist, like I've been saying for the longest time, is super meta. Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero assist is crazy. And it shuts down so many assists in the game, and you still get amazing damage and amazing utility from using this assist. It's just boring to use. It's as simple as that. Like, before Ferra was put in the game, like, Sub-Zero does good against Chameleon assist. It does good against Kung Lao assist. It does good against Kano. And that's just to name a few. And those are the assists in its caliber. Those are its peers. And it still did good against those. And I understand why people don't want to use Sub-Zero because it's boring. This could be the number 1 assist in the game, and I still wouldn't use it because it's boring. It's just flat out a boring assist to use. And that doesn't take away, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it is a very good meta assist still. If you just want to worry about getting in, applying your game, your pressure and everything, and don't have to worry about projectiles, just pick Sub-Zero. He completely just shuts so many assist in the game completely down. And he's just good. That's all there is to it. He's just a straightforward, good, boring assist. Now, the assist that people are saying got stealth nerf, but even if he didn't, I would still place him right here. Goro. Goro, where would I place him lower? I think here is fine. Goro is a good assist. He just takes too long to come back. If Goro had like a 10-second cooldown like Ferra, he would be up here easily. He would just be making like everything in the game safe or plus while having ridiculous damage, because this is what he does. He makes stuff safe, has really good damage now with the changes, and he's just one of the really good ambush assists in the game. But they knew how good he was, so to make up for how good he is, they gave him a ridiculously long cooldown. And he still has that cooldown. It just takes forever for him to come back. But when you need him to come out and apply pressure and do all that good stuff, he's there. He's very good for that. You're just not going to be able to use him that much, and you're going to have to play way more careful if you're using Goro. Now, up next, we have a cameo that I have not been a believer in for the longest, but I finally am now. Motaro. Now, I wanted to place this assist S tier at first, and that assist is Movado, but I don't think Movado belongs in the S tier. I think he's a very good assist, but at the end of the day, he doesn't bring enough to be worth 950. It's good that they added the 50 health, but he's still not good enough to be a 950 health cameo, just like Motaro was. He's still a good cameo. You can use him on almost anybody. He gives almost everyone, it seems like, a grab combo. But again, there's just not enough utility in his assists. The trap is good, but it's not good enough to take a whole bar and come back 20 seconds later. Like Goro's. Goro's move is good enough to where it should take as long as it does. But Movado, no. But the ambush calls when moves connect, like special moves and strings, you being able to do that, it's really good, but it's still not worth the health nerf. There's no reason to use Movado on a lot of the characters in the cast. And when you make a character's health that low, you need to make there be a reason to use him. And I don't think he's good enough to be a S tier assist, but I do think he is a solid A tier decent choice. He's a balanced assist, in my opinion. Now, as I was making this video, I decided I was going to make a not sure / doesn't really matter list. I'm going to add a row below, and we are going to put not sure doesn't matter. And in this tier, we are going to put this cameo and this cameo. Tremor is a hard assist to use that a lot of people are not going to really use, and I don't blame them. And Shujinko, if that's even how you say his name, it's just random, and nobody is really going to use that when it comes to an assist, and I don't blame them. So, yeah, that's just where I'm going to put these two, because I don't feel like they're really worth talking about. So, up now we have Kano. Now, I was going to put Kano in S tier. This is another one I was going to put in S tier. But I feel like Kano has fallen off. And I think he is a very good assist. You know, OG ambush assist. He's full of ambushes besides the down laser move that isn't really that good. They tried to buff it, but it still kind of sucks. But the knives and the Kano ball, you can't go wrong with it. If you are the type of player that just wants to get in and don't have to worry about, you know, being safe on some special moves, then this is the cameo for you. And this cameo has made 2 characters across his lifetime very meta. And that was Raiden and Peacemaker. It was really good on both of them. But I can't think of a singular character that Kano makes meta. So I can't really put him up here, even though I still think he's a really good assist, and you can use him still on almost anyone if you just want your straight up good ambush assist. I don't feel like he cracks anyone in the game anymore. So even though I think the assist is good, the knives just don't provide enough utility. If those knives popped you up a little, and I mean a little longer, easily would be up here. Easily would be one of the best, probably most overused cameos in the game. But because they don't, he can't really get a lot of utility off of it, like grab combos and stuff, and he can't even really get good damage off of it. It's just meant for safety. So at the end of the day, I think he's an A tier assist. Did think he was an S tier right before recording this, but at the end of the day, I think he's an A tier assist. Now, in my opinion, one of the most overhyped assists in the game, Janet. Janet, don't get me wrong, is a very good assist. But what I mean by overhyped is people act like she's up here. And she is not. And I repeat, not up there at all. Janet provides a lot of utility and a lot of damage. She does. That's why I think she can go here. And she can go here. But they keep nerfing her over and over again. Probably because the community thinks she's better than what she is. But they keep nerfing her over and over again. And I feel like she's right here. At the end of the day, you got an assist with safety with the nut punch call. You have the ghetto Kenshi stuff that people really don't use. They use her for the most important thing, the punches. She can call in the punches and she can get like grab combos, more damage, which that is really good. But Janet lacks screen control. And that is a big deal in this game. All of these cameos right here, they have at least some type of screen control that is actually usable. Janet has that too, but it's in the Ghetto Sento call. And I don't think the screen control in that is good enough, even though she provides tools for you to avoid projectiles with the Ninja Mime-like move. Again, I don't think it's good enough. I think the punches are cracked. Those 3 punches, 2 punches, I think that's real good, which also is a very annoying move to do, by the way. And I feel like she belongs in the A tier. I feel like she's a very overrated assist. People act like she's up here, which has in return gotten her nerfed a lot. But at the end of the day, she's just a character that offers you some really good damage and okay utility while lacking in the screen control department severely. And for that, I can't think she's a meta assist. I just don't. Only character I really feel like she makes meta off the top of my head is Rant. If there's some more in the comments, I'll gladly hear y'all out if y'all want to list them, because the other character I can think she makes really good is Ermac, but she doesn't make Ermac meta. She makes Ermac good, but she doesn't make him meta, in my opinion. And I feel like for you to be good with Janet, you have to be so, not you as a player, but the character has to be so good in all the other departments, they only really need her for the punches. Another character that people were thinking was good with Janet was Reiko. And that one ended up being, flushed out. People still use Trimmer for the most part. But she just doesn't offer enough in her kit, in my opinion. I still think she's good, but I wouldn't put her in the S tier. I think she's an A tier assist. Now, the final one of A tier, I'm thinking so far that this is going to be the final one, is Serena. Serena, basic, good assist. Gives you damage. Gives you a solid wake up if you need one. And drains meter. Not much to it. If you were a beginner, this is the perfect beginner assist to use. And I feel like if she made more characters really, really good, then you could maybe place her higher in A. But the only character she makes meta is Ashura. That's it. She's really basic, really easy. Not much to talk about. She gives you projectile also, with all those other things I listed. And yeah, that's Serena. Not really much to say about her. Now let's talk about the B tier. And the first member of your B tier is Sonya. Sonya is an assist I really feel like they want to be meta. But they need to understand, if they don't angle that move where she punches in the air downwards, she's never going to be meta like they want her to be. It's as simple as that. The second they make that move a real ambush that can like angle or just go straight from the ground, this character is going to shoot up. But that's obviously not what they want for her. They buffed the move to where it's an overhead now when she does the little flip kick, and that's good. That made me think about putting her up here, but again, it's still just not good enough. And I really feel like they want this assist to be kind of like the, you know, Sub-Zero or Serena, the easy assist you can just slap on everyone, but it's just not that. And they keep trying, they really do, but she's not good enough. I think with the last big patch, she was the only Kameo that got majorly buffed, and she's still just not good enough. And again, I feel like they really, really want her to be good. They really keep trying, but y'all are not going to get usage out of this character unless, I'm talking to the devs here, you're not going to see those usage rates go up unless you give her a really good ambush or make, I want to say the throw, make it to where she gets like a meter burn throw or something like Cyrax. But till then, she's going to stay right here because there's not a lot of reasons to use her. And it also doesn't help that one of her best moves, the up punch, even though it's still not that great, you literally just gave it to Chameleon with the Melina size, basically. So again, why use Sonya? She has the energy ring where she can hold it and get in, but you get in and you're out of the bar now. So again, she's not all of that. With other assists, you can get in and then you still have a half a bar to do something. Like with Kano. Or even Kung Lao. Kung Lao you can use to get in and it will recharge slower. But at least with Kung Lao, you're getting in with a 50-50. Sonya, you're getting in with a big fat mid that doesn't really do much. And I really feel like they want her to be good. That's why I'm talking about her a lot in this segment. But I just don't think she's good enough yet. Now, after Sonya, we have Darius. Darius is good now with all the changes. Before, I really didn't think he was that good at all. But he actually has a use now. When you get a knockdown, you get some really good pressure from him. But he still won't be that popular because people don't really like using heavily based setup things in NRS games. Even when Kung Lao was meta, it was just so easy to do. Just call it, run behind it, time the jumps. That is the exception to the rule. But besides that, most NRS players don't like heavy setup things because Darius could be right here. He could be right here, but we'll never know unless he just becomes obviously dumb. But for here, I feel like B is a safe place to put him. He gives you really good 50-50s after a knockdown now. He has meter, is it meter drain or meter build now? I think it's meter drain now. And he has an ambush. It's just very expensive to use. I feel like if they made that ambush half a bar, he would literally, and I mean go like right here or here. But I don't think he is going to get that. And I feel like they want him to be the setup ambush kinda Kameo. And I don't feel like that's going to be popular in this game ever. So I think he's going to stay at B tier for a very long time. Unless they, change him and want to make him more scrubby setup assist, kind of like Kung Lao. But they're not going to, I think. So they're just going to go right here. Now, this assist not being good really confuses me. Because Sector. I feel like Sector is another one. They want this assist to be good, and in a ambush popular game, he's still just not a good assist. And I don't know what they could do to make this assist good. I feel like the nuance of the fall time might be it. And yeah, that's about it. I feel like maybe if the bomb was double hitting when it fell, it would do a lot for him. But he's just not scary. And he should be. It's a projectile that's going to hit you. You can run behind it. He also got the flamethrower stuff now, which ain't really that good. And now if he spins both the bars, he can get some tracking and stuff. But he's just not scary. And I really feel like most of the cast just has other better options with cameos than using him. Because that rocket call is just not scary. Like when it comes out, you're just like, okay, whatever. It's just not a scary thing to deal with. It's decent, but it's not scary. I feel like if they gave it armor breaking properties, that's what it is. I feel like if they just gave it armor breaking properties or anything else, more properties to the missile after it hits, maybe he would be scary, but he's just not. Like in MK10, the last game he was in, when he hit you with his rocket, like his straight rocket, that crap was a hard knockdown. And when he called the missile through the air, it was multi-hitting. So maybe that's the problem. I'm figuring it out as I'm making this video. The multi-hitting thing is what made it good when he was in the game. And just one singular rocket coming down hitting you, that's not really scary. And it doesn't provide crazy damage. It's okay damage. It's just an okay assist all around. But I feel like if this assist ever becomes meta, oh, that crap's going to be terrifying. But I don't think it's going to, because the nuance of buffing it is just a lot. And I don't feel like they're capable of making this assist good without just completely cracking it. So I think he's just going to be right there. And for your final assist of B tier, we have Frost. Frost got a really interesting change in this patch. The fact that she can make almost anything a wall now is really good, but I don't know if it's enough to completely change the way she's meant to be used. I feel like we might get a character one day where that wall thing is very useful, but there's not that many characters that really take advantage of wall stuff in Mortal Kombat now. Before, the main character was like Jax. When Jax got you to the wall, you needed to be afraid. But now, it really doesn't feel like there's a character like that. So I get why they did it. I was going to say I don't get the point, but I get why they did it. Just so we can have some more cool assists in the game. And I think it's cool what she does, but I don't think it's really good on the cast. Maybe if the cast was different, it would be cracked, but I don't think that the cast really benefits from constant corner pressure. Obviously, everyone benefits from it, but I don't feel like anyone benefits enough. That's a better way to put it. I don't feel like anyone in the cast benefits enough from the constant corner pressure to lose a whole cameo that's going to provide you all these other tools. So I think she's right here. I think this is a safe spot to put her. Now, these are your C tier cameos. I don't feel like these cameos are really that good. I went ahead and placed them all because, you know, this is the end of the video. Not really a surprise anymore. These are the cameos that I think are the worst in the game. Again, I think are the worst. I feel like they don't give you enough. And I feel like there's not a reason to pick any of these cameos at all on anyone in the game. Like, all these 4 cameos, I feel like for everyone in the game, they will all have a better option to pick than using one of these cameos. So let's start off with Jax. I feel like Jax is not good because he doesn't give you enough. The ground pound is good, but they nerfed it a lot, so it's not as good as it used to be. Energy wave the energy wave change was cool, but it wasn't good enough to make him worth using. Like, yeah, it's +7, that's cool, but that pushback is ridiculous. Maybe if they, you know, gave the move another property, maybe the wave went out and then push you back in and then you're +7, that would be good because he would be your pressure cameo with damage. So that would make there a reason to use him. But there is still really no reason to use him. I can't think of anyone you would use him on where you just can't pick another better cameo. And also with these cameos, while I think they don't make people that good, I don't think that they're that good themselves. Like, yeah, the grab is cool and everything, but you know, you can get that same damage by playing a lot of these other assists up here. And I feel like they wanted him to be the straightforward, you know, in your face cameo, but they need to give him some more in your face tools. And the energy wave pushing you back on hit or block is just not really good. It's counterintuitive to what they want him to do. He's the up close bully cameo that pushes you away besides the grab. It doesn't make sense. Now, ground pound can still be good, and even on Katana, like Katana is really good with Jax, but now there's more options to use besides Jax on her. Like you could use Ferra on her now. So the number one argument somebody would make is Katana Jax, but you can use Ferra on her now. So if you still, are a big believer in Katana Jax, which is still a good team, I can see how you could put him here overall. But again, I don't feel like he just offers enough across the cast. I just don't. Now we have Cyrax. Cyrax just isn't good. They keep trying to make changes to him to change the way he is meant to be played and try to alter the stigma on what using Cyrax is. He was just dumb pressure before, and they're trying to turn him to like the more setup monster in a way, I guess, but that's not going to be popular. People, like I said with Darius, they're not going to use a heavily setup based assist unless it provides other tools, and I don't feel like Cyrax provides enough in his kit to ever be worth using. I feel like even with the setups, Darius is going to give you easier setups to use that are going to be straight up 50-50s, not, you're going to have to do all these big brain armor breaking setups. You're just going to use Darius and he's just going to do it. And yeah, it's nice that Cyrax gives you a grab combo if you spin bar, but again, it's not enough. I just don't think this is a good cameo, and I'm still one of the advocates of they should just revert it back to how it was. Take all the new stuff they gave it away and just make him how he was. Even if you leave Cyrax how he was, keep in mind, I'm talking about when they let it rock for Final Combat, which was still a nerfed version of it. He'll go like right here, and that will give us more meta assists to use. And again, that is a good thing. We need to have more really good assists up here for the game to be really fun. And I think that they should just revert them, honestly. I know NRS doesn't like to revert anything. They don't want to admit that they were wrong about something. But the usage rate of this character plummeting should show that, yeah, they are not doing their thing when it comes to this character, buffing him and everything, because nobody's going to use him like this. I mean, we could find some tech with him or something to where he's going to have some cool setups or whatever, but nobody's going to use him. Just keeping it real. Nobody's going to use this assist. And I feel like they should have just altered the way that Cyrax pressures you if they wanted to change him instead of trying to make him a setup monster, which does make sense because that's what he was in the other games. So I get that. But if they were going to do it, they should have made the setups more easier and, just straightforward to use, like Darius, in my opinion. Because why are you going to pick Cyrax and try to do all these intricate setups when you can just pick Darius if you want setups now? And he's just not worth using. I feel like they really dropped the ball on this assist, and he's just not worth it. I feel like he has plummeted down here. Up next, we have Scorpion now. I feel like Scorpion is another one of those assists. There is absolutely no reason to use him. I cannot think of a singular person in this game that benefits from having Scorpion on their team. There is not one. I guess one team you can mention is Scorpion and Lee May. That team was okay, but still, I think at its best, the team was B tier at best. I don't feel like Scorpion, over the game's almost year life cycle, has done anything crazy for any character. He's just not that good. Honorable mentions are Smoke and Havoc, but again, on both of those characters, he just is helping for their lack of options, and still they lack more options because they have to pick Scorpion. And even now, I don't know about Havoc, but Smoke's best isn't Scorpion anymore. So that might just leave Havoc, but I don't know about Havoc anymore at all. And as I'm sitting here thinking about it, Scorpion's kit is really bad. He just provides damage and a mediocre overhead. But almost everything he does, the rest of the cast can do better. His overhead. Chameleon has a better overhead. Yeah, it's gonna be random, but it's still much better. The damage. You can get like the same damage if you want to use Jax and assist that's a little better. Or if you want to use Janet. Or even now Ferra. You can still get really cracked damage. Heck, if you just want damage, pick Serena, the good old tried and true. With the Goro double cancels, you can get damage now. And what else he got? The pullback, that move just sucks. Like that move actually is terrible. Probably the worst move in the game. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. The worst cameo call in the game. I can't really think of one that's worse than that. It's just so bad. And I'm not sure if I mentioned the dot damage already, but that's not enough to get people to use him. The kit is just not there. So yeah, Scorpion's just not it. Simple as that. And for the worst one, we have Striker. That bomb nerf hit Striker really, really hard. But as I'm thinking about it, you know, I'm starting to think Scorpion's the worst assist in the game. I would actually put Striker right there. Striker is boring, and there's not a lot of reasons to use him now that they nerfed him. The cooldown on the bomb calls and everything, they went overkill with it, but he deserved it. This character was obnoxious and was close to being just as annoying as the Kung Lao meta that lasted for much longer than he did. And I'm happy they killed him as quick as he did because it was going to be a terrible time. He was just very annoying, and he deserves to be here. They need to rework that assist. I think, and again, I know I'm the person saying there should be more meta assist and all of that, but he was just too much. Like, you could just play like a complete idiot and just hide behind bombs. It was too much. He definitely deserved the nerfs. He's one of the few characters I would say that really, really deserved it. And I feel like they did go overboard, but if they want him to be usable, they're going to have to rework what he's meant for. I feel like he could be the cameo that maybe provides everyone a vortex, like with the handcuff move, and just straight up basic, quick, fast 50-50s, and make the bomb have, maybe change the move of a bomb to like a multi-hitting gunshot or something. And that is my cameo tier list. Since we know we're getting a new patch in 2 months, I feel like this was the perfect time to make a cameo tier list now. I'm not comfortable enough yet to make a character tier list because there still could be massive changes. We don't know about what happened with all the major changes, but for the cameos, it was really easy to decipher. I feel like this is a really good cameo tier list for where we're at right now in the game's life cycle. And some things that could change, I feel like Motaro might be better than I have him here. He could be. I also feel like Darius could be better. And I also feel like Frost could be better. That's about it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But what I mean when I say could be better is people could find out some new stuff and my opinion on these can change, on these cameos. So again, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out all my socials and everything. And join the Discord. Again, trying to revamp the Discord. Nickopz out.